Christopher So goes through the early morning drill like any other school-going children his age. This primary 3 boy attends a neighborhood school within walking distance of his home. The one difference between him and most other kids is his mother attends school with him. Christopher is no average child. He is a whiz kid. This 8-year-old with an IQ of at least 135 is a member of Mensa Singapore. Most adults have an average IQ of 100.
How do you find school?
I find it a bit boring, as I already know what's the topic about.
So what do you do?
Just sit there and just listen. So let's get through the class.
Mensa Singapore has over 800 members, and 50 to 70 of them are high IQ kids like Christopher. It's perhaps the secret wish of many parents to have such a whiz kid. But does having one necessarily mean an easier time for the parents?
Enjoy yourself. Thank you.
Take Christopher out of the classroom setting and another side of him emerges.
Morning, teacher. Morning, teacher. Hi, Sister.
For the past 4 years, this maths whiz has been taking enrichment classes at a private school. Here, he gets to exercise his potential to the fullest. And his teachers say the 8-year-old can tackle quadratic equations and factorization, something most kids learn only in the upper secondary level.
When he entered P1, I approached the principal and I showed her some of the things that Christopher can do at that moment. And she was very approachable. She said that, okay, we can try him out at P3 for English and P4 for his maths. 1 month later, the MOE came back to her and says, no, you can't do that. He's a P1 boy, he stays in P1. And he has to be with his P1 peers, which is very boring for him.
Christopher does not attend math or English. So what does he do during these periods?
These periods I will go in to teach him on my own, and if possible I take him to the library where he can explore more.
We couldn't film in Christopher's school, neither did his principal agree to an interview. But a check with the Education Ministry showed that there are currently 4 students who have been allowed to skip grades. 3 of them are from the primary level. In Christopher's case, MOE says it wants him to remain in his present grade so that he can socialize with his peers. It's also working with the school to explore ways to stretch him academically.
So, Adelina quit her full-time job in order to nurture Christopher.
Okay.
A lot of people don't know that he's gifted, especially my relatives back home. But those people that know, they tend to put it, wow, very lucky, your child is a genius, so you must be smooth sailing for your child. But in fact, it's not. And also people tend to expect him to be 100% number 1.
Realistically, not all children who are very bright would necessarily score 100% all the time. So if you have unrealistic expectations of a child, the child might buckle through the pressure. I think sometimes we've heard the phrase, the higher you climb, the greater you fall. Some parents are a bit nasty, they might laugh at this particular child and say, you see, IQ so high but still not doing so well in school.
That's a good throw.
Expectations aside, there is the general perception that high IQ children have low EQ or social skills. Some call it nature's way of equalizing the odds.
Almost.
As he is the only child, Christopher's mother devotes all her time to honing his social skills. When he was in kindergarten, his report card reflected B's for interpersonal skills.
I stress that he has to have social ability, which is very important when you grow up. If you can't get along with your peers, who else can you get along with?
Around the playground, who's the teacher? Blah, blah, blah.
Tell me about your friends. What do they think of you? Do they think you're different?
They think I am different because I can see they want to know whether I'm first or second or third.
Well, just how different is Christopher from your regular 8-year-old?
Ask me something now that you think I cannot answer.
Square root of 18.
Huh?
Square root of 18.
Is that a square root of 18? Don't bluff me. What is it?
3 square root 2.
Okay, whatever. Pass me the calculator, please. I'm gonna make you look bad. I'm gonna make you look real bad. Okay, let's have this little game, okay? We'll do multiplication tables, okay? You ready? 21 times 63.
1, 3, 2, 3.
1, 3, 2, 3. Well done. 76 times 65.
1940.
After the break,
You're a Mensa member, right?
Yeah.
So how come you're one and your sister and your brother are not?
I don't know. My name is Chai Claire E. I am 6 years old. I study in Rosai School. I am a very clever girl.
clever is probably a modest way to describe Claire Chai.
How do you get this answer? And then this one is 6. So what do you call this? Hard, right?
This primary 1 student has an IQ of 139 and is one of Mensa Singapore's youngest members. But until this filming session, neither her school nor her teachers knew this.
If let's say we let the teacher know about it, she can either hold the two views and that, well, I'm going to throw you into the pool and then see how you swim. Or I'm going to pay a lot of attention to you because there's a likelihood that you will be groomed much better than the rest.
Why do you not want that?
You have to ponder about her social interactions, yeah, with classmates. You know, you need to be in harmony with your classmates if you are going to lead them in future.
Well, the one thing Claire can do that most of her classmates can't.
Watashi wa Claire desu. Watashi wa nanasai.
And that's not all. She can speak French too.
J'aime le chocolat. That means I like chocolate.
Thanks to a string of enrichment classes that Betty sends this precocious girl to. Apart from language classes, Claire also attends Chinese chess, swimming and gymnastics. And there are big dreams for this young girl.
Okay, what do you want to be when you grow up?
I want to be an ambassador.
An ambassador. How do you spell ambassador?
Don't know.
Okay, why do you want to be an ambassador? It's a big word.
Because people respect.
What are your expectations of Claire down the road?
If she gets onto GEP program, that would be good for her. But if she can go on to get a President's Scholarship or whatever scholarship that may help her to defray the cost of university education.
She has strong responsibility on her tiny shoulders.
But how does such high hopes for Claire affect her siblings? She has an older sister, Kate, and 2 younger brothers.
Does Claire get more attention than the other children?
No, not exactly. Yeah, but then she's one whom I can talk with on certain subjects. I always tell my eldest daughter, say, Mensa is just a group, you know, we have a membership in it, we just have one person to represent us and we get to enjoy the activities.
Well, I had to find out for myself just how opinionated and outspoken this young lady is.
Okay, what's your favorite thing to do in school?
My favorite thing is to play catching.
Who do you play catching with?
My friends. my best friend.
You have a best friend?
Yes.
Girl or boy?
Girl.
Why is she your best friend?
Because she is the class monitress and then I like to be friends with her.
Because she's the class monitress.
Yes.
Quite clever, lor, you. Does she does she give you any special favors? Is she especially nice to you?
Yes.
Really? Do you want to be a class monitor?
Yes.
Very violent reaction. Why? Do you want to be a class monitor?
No. I don't want to be a class monitor, so I'm not a boy.
Oh, okay. There's no monitress, what? Got monitress, man? Okay, so you want to be a class monitress?
Monitress is girl.
I see. Oops, pardon my lousy English,
Intellectually, young wonders like Claire and Christopher may thrive better in a more advanced learning environment.
That is only a rotten leaf.
But that may not be all that matters.
Got one frog come out. Hey, see? Hey, someone threw the bread inside. Maybe one fish is stuck inside. Let's go to the bridge over there.
If you put, let's say, somebody who's destined for P1 into a P4 or P3 class, I think the pressure on that child is going to be a little bit great. And the P3 kids in that class would probably expect a lot more, and probably resent him being in the class as well, because they're all P3 and, they're of a certain age, and suddenly you've got this baby who's there. I think not so good for social development.
After the break, expectations to shoulder, stereotypes to defy. Does it get better as they get older?